Hello and welcome to MFS in the Hub. I'm Ross the Boss, and yes, week 13, we're coming to the finish line, and I'm excited because playoffs Casey Scheinfeld. And yes, let me introduce my co-host, Casey Vladimir Scheinfeld. Yes, he's live, coming from his basement in Pennsylvania. Casey, great football last weekend. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Let's talk about it. What was some of your highlights?
Well, obviously, the comeback win for the Cowboys was pretty exciting. You got the Giants and Detroit going to extra time. You got Kansas City and Indianapolis going to extra time. There were a lot of exciting games. Some unpredictable finishes, obviously, but as always, Jahmyr Gibbs. Unfortunately, I played against him in fantasy on a couple teams this week, so I got smoked. In the MFSN league that you run, he had 93 points because of all the gimmick scoring. So he almost single-handedly beat me.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game, and plus they went to overtime, and he ended up getting another touchdown in overtime, which is unbelievable. Are you happy with your quarterback? I think your quarterback right now is playing pretty well. Is he somebody?
Yeah, Jameis Winston is a lot of fun. At least I don't know how the play calling is working for the Giants right now, but because another time where they could have run out the clock and they didn't, and ended up giving up the game tying field goal and then the touchdown in overtime. So they're finding ways to lose. As a Giants fan, it's pretty frustrating, but I'm already focused on next year. I just want to get a good draft pick for Neighbors and Dart. So
you guys don't have your three stud offensive players. I mean, in your defense, you fired your defensive coordinator. The Giants did this week, which is just about time. But I mean, I think if you draft a lot of good defensive players during the offseason, maybe sign a couple guys in free agency, I think Dart, Scatterboo, and Nail, I think those guys will all be like really good together, all three of them. I mean, you got a good nucleus going on there. And then you got to remember there's Robinson had a good game, and Slayton. I mean, all these guys. Casey, who had more interceptions, Winston or Brock Montana?
Oh, Winston does.
No, they were tied. They both had 3.
Oh, okay. Bummer. It's worth a guess.
Casey, any other injuries that happened? I mean, I saw Baker.
Well, you got T. Higgins with the concussion.
He's out.
So he's probably going to be out. You got Mayfield with the shoulder. JJ McCarthy has his concussion.
Let me just go back. JJ McCarthy stinks. Okay, if you
have having a bad start to his NFL career.
Stinks. Never draft him. Never start him. Hide him somewhere because he's horrible. I mean, Justin Jefferson is now like an average receiver. I mean, he ruined him. You and I both were saying like Justin Jefferson's like the second best wide receiver in the draft. Now he's like
worst. We described him as quarterback proof. He certainly not when JJ McCarthy's the quarterback.
Horrible.
He's not quarterback proof.
Horrible. So. It stinks. Let's talk waiver wire, Casey. Who's your number one waiver wire this week?
This week, my number one waiver wire. That's a tough one. I think, obviously, if Kamara's out, Devin Neal goes to the top of that list.
Guy, Devin Neal. Don't call him Curly Neal. It's Devin Neal. And when Kamara went out last week, he was like the majority of the handoffs. I mean, he was great.
But
I agree.
I wasn't terribly impressed with the waiver wire this week.
No, it's getting hard.
I think Brenton Strange in Jacksonville. Yeah. Brenton Strange in Jacksonville is a really good pickup. I think I mentioned Yoshivas as a pickup for the Bengals because Jamar Chase was out, and he did okay.
But he's hurt. I think Tinsley, one a good pickup. He brought up the Bengals. They're playing.
But I think if Yoshivas can play, he'll now step in for T. Higgins, so he still has a prominent role.
I think Tinsley's going to surprise a lot of people, and I hope people will pick him up. He had a great preseason, Tinsley, and he just doesn't come into the nucleus because of Higgins and Chase. But I feel Tinsley can be a big role in the game on Thursday. You can get him right now. I mean, you really can.
I also think This is a week where you can look for guys returning from the IR. Somebody
Okay.
like Trey Benson in Arizona might be coming back this week. And if he comes back, he's going to be the top dog, I think, right away in Arizona. And then also Jaden Reed might be coming back for Green Bay. And their receiving core is pretty banged up. And we know that Jordan Love loves Jaden Reed. So when he comes back, he could be the number one target monster. And they're going against Detroit, who just gave up a boatload of yards to Wan'Dale Robinson, and Jaden Reed's a similar kind of player.
Yeah, my confidence in Love, the quarterback for Green Bay, is just every week it goes down and down. I just he's not progressing well. I'm not hot to trot on Green Bay right now, especially their passing game. I mean, their running game. You know, your guy. What's his name? Not Jacobs, but who was the backup that had a good game?
Oh, Emmanuel Wilson.
And Emmanuel Wilson had a really good game, over 100 yards.
Yeah, I'm just worried Josh Jacobs is coming back.
Yeah, we don't know that till. Do they play Thanksgiving? I think they do.
The Packers play the Lions, I think, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they do. They? So yes, I think hopefully we'll find that information out tomorrow. Jacobs is like 50-50. That's all I've been reading. So again, Emmanuel Wilson should have a big role again. So we'll see what happens. And Casey, anybody else that I mentioned Tinsley? Any other wide receivers that you like this week?
I mean, Jaden Higgins for Texas has now had a few good games in a row. Last week was 38 yards and a touchdown on 9 targets. He has at least 7 targets in 3 in a row. He has 3 touchdowns in the last 5. I think he's solidified himself as Nico Collins' number 2. Davis Mills obviously trusts him. It's a question if CJ Stroud comes back, if that same connection is going to be there. But as we've talked about for years, these rookie wide receivers, it's a progression through the season that they become more and more comfortable within the offense. And I think we could be seeing that with Jaden Higgins. So that's somebody I like. And DK in Tennessee at least is the number 1 there. And Cam Ward needs somebody to throw it to. He had a touchdown on 7 targets last week. They're going up against Jacksonville this week. So I think he's going to get, the targets again. And volume is king. If you're looking for the safer way to production, the guys who get the most targets tend to produce the most fantasy points.
What's your take on Shedeur Sanders and his big game against Vegas?
My take on him, I certainly don't trust him yet. They are going against San Francisco at home. They're 6-point underdogs. I mean, he had 256 yards and a touchdown. He also had 2 interceptions. And so I think that's what you can expect from him. They don't have a great receiving core. He tends to hold the ball and let the defense get to him. He's going to have some wow plays and I think take a lot of sacks. He could be a little Russell Wilson-like for my book.
Yeah, he's not. People think he's fast because of his dad. I mean, maybe he inherited that gene of being a fast guy. He's not fast.
He didn't get those quick twitch muscles that his dad has.
He didn't get this. He didn't. I mean, he's not. I'm not saying he's slow, but he's not somebody that is going to outrun the defense like Lamar Jackson or something like, or even a bunch of other guys. But I mean, he is not the guy that's going to run for yards. He'll be a pocket guy and he'll get sacked. I mean, he'll take the sack instead of throwing an interception. I was happy for him. I thought it was a good first game. I like how his dad was there watching. I like how he had enthusiasm and the guys actually stepped it up and played well. I'm curious to see what happens at home with all the pressure, but I wish the kid well. I mean, I hope he does. I hope he has a good career. I like it how he was drafted really late and people kind of gave up on him. And it was kind of like all this pressure, get drafted early, and he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of him getting his number retired in Colorado. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Well, they both did. Hunter did, and he did. I mean,
Hunter at least won a Heisman. And then the way the rumors about how he approached the draft process, but watching him slide to the 5th round and what he had to kind of suffer through. I'm rooting for the kid. I hope
Yeah, me too.
he does a nice job and keeps the job and kind of proves people wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. So we're not having a show on Thursday because we're all busy with Thanksgiving, but I do want to talk about the games coming up, and then we'll call it a show. So the 27th, which is Thanksgiving, we have 3 games. The first game, Casey, you'll be up early. Well, it's not that early. The first game's at 1 o'clock Eastern, so you'll be.
It's not early for me. That's almost dinner
10 o'clock
time
for me. So it's the Packers at Detroit. Anybody fantasy wise? I mean, Detroit really has no players at all. I'm just kidding.
I honestly, I think this could be a low scoring game, to be quite honest. I like the Packers defense. I don't know if they can't shut down Detroit completely, but they can probably keep them to 21, 24 points total. I'm still running Jahmyr Gibbs out there if I have him. I'm on Ross St. Brown. You have to run out if you have him. But I think that would be it on that side. On the other side, whichever running back plays, I'm going to start him if I have him. That's just a no-brainer. But that might be it because
I would say Love.
Jordan Love, who knows? I mean, Jameis Winston had a good game, so Detroit can be beaten. I think they're pretty injured on defense. But it's a crapshoot with which wide receiver is going to get the numbers. And so, I'm probably sticking to the running back. And then in Superflex, if I have Jordan Love, I might run him out there.
There you go. The next game, 4:30 your time, 1:30 my time, Kansas City in Dallas, which should be a good game. Kansas City, for some reason, anytime they play prime time or they play like a nationwide game like this, they always Mahomes always has a big game, like 300 yards. He really does.
Yep, and I think it's going to be a Kansas City win. I think they're going to put up big points. I think Mahomes will have a good game. Obviously, Rashee Rice, I think, will have a good game. I think Travis Kelce Swift will have a good game. Who knows? Maybe Taylor will be at the game.
Taylor Swift will be at the game, Casey.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know about Xavier Worthy. I think he's at best a flex play. I don't think anybody else out there. The backfield, I think Kareem Hunt could actually have a big game now that I think about it. He sends to anywhere inside. If they get close to the 5-yard line, he finds the end zone. So he might not have the biggest total yards, but he's going to have a touchdown or two. On the other side, you got to run with Dak. How do you not play Pickens the way he's been running right now? He might be the hottest receiver in the NFL right now.
Comeback player of the year.
And then, awesome. And he's only 24. Like, people think he's like this old project that, like, in his late 20s, early 30s, he's 24 years old. He's only been in the league like 3 years. No. And then you're going to run Jake Ferguson out there just because he's been so good at tight end and tight end so thin, and CeeDee Lamb. So I don't know how I feel about Javonte Williams, but if you drafted him, you're probably at a point where you have to rely on him. So
he's good for at least 15 handoffs and at least 60 yards. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's having a great year. Maybe even a touchdown. So you got to start Williams. Let's go to game. Ready? Prime time, Casey Scheinfeld. You'll be full from turkey. You'll be sitting on that couch in your man cave. It's Cincinnati at Baltimore. Tell me who you like.
Is Burrow going to be back?
Burrow's back. That's official.
Wow. Then I like Burrow. I like Chase Brown. I like Jamar Chase, obviously. On the Baltimore side.
Your name you like. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. You like Lamar Jackson. You like Derrick Henry to run through everything there. I'm probably going to throw Zay Flowers into the mix. I'm probably going to throw Mark Andrews out there too.
Love it. Well, I'm excited. I think there'll be a lot of scoring in that game. I think you're right about Detroit. I don't see much scoring in that game. Really quick, let's go to some of the – I'm not doing all the games, but let's just do some of the really good fantasy games that you and I both think. Like, I'm not going to talk about New Orleans and Miami. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, pick your top 5. Let's go through those and get out of
top 5. Here we go. We'll make it quick, then we'll leave. Let's go Buffalo at Pittsburgh.
Oh, if the weather holds up, I think Buffalo's going to put up 45 points. I think you could have another Josh Allen with 4 total touchdowns or 5 total touchdowns between throwing and passing. You're going to throw, throwing and running. You're going to put James Cook out there. You're probably going to, I might even run Khalil Shakir if he's healthy out there as well. I don't know about who else I trust. Dalton Kincaid, I might trust.
Maybe there's just some really bad games like Jacksonville at Tennessee. I mean, I'm not starting anybody on Tennessee. In Jacksonville, Lawrence is horrible. I mean,
yeah, I might start ETN. That would be it.
ETN's having a good year. You're right. ETN,
and Brenton Strange, who's also good.
Yeah, I would start ETN there. The Rams, you see like, oh, the Rams are playing great. They are playing great. But the Rams are at Carolina. I love Rico. I love Rico Suave for Carolina.
Yeah, and you got to like Ted McMillan, what he's doing right now, too.
Yeah, I like McMillan, too.
Bryce Young, I think in a super flex, you're starting him. Obviously not in one.
Young, he hit that 400-yard game last week, right? And then everybody said, oh, this guy's going to throw for 300 yards on Monday night. He didn't throw for 300 yards Monday night.
No, I know.
He barely, I don't think he even threw for 200.
But again, San Francisco's a tough team to play on Monday night. So
yeah, they're all banged.
The Rams, obviously,
other players were in the press box. I mean, they were all Warner and Bosa. They're all sitting in the stands. Do you think that's weird that they're like starting defensive players who are hurt? They're not on the sidelines. They're up like.
Yeah, that's a little weird. You kind of want them there, but
I always thought they were on the side. You always see like if Mahomes is hurt, he's on the sidelines. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't get why they're sitting in the stands with their girlfriend or whatever. It's I don't know. I don't care. Casey, how about this game?
Last one.
Are you ready? I'll make it a good one. Hold on. I'm looking. There's a lot of like, Let's go Sunday night. Denver at Washington Commanders. Who do you like in the Denver side? It's in Washington.
On the Denver side, I'm going to throw Bo Nix out there. I just think they're coming off a bye week, and so they're well rested. Washington's defense is pretty terrible. So R.J. Harvey, I like. Bo Nix, I like. Troy Franklin and Cortland Sutton are probably the other ones I'm going to throw out there.
I like Troy
on the Washington
Franklin.
Side. I don't know if I'm going to start anybody. I mean, if Jaden Daniels, because they're saying he won't be back.
No.
All right, we got one question, then we got to get out of here. All right.
Okay, and then
Galaxy Pickers.
I'm going to ask you a big question after this question.
Oh, didn't he ask us about trading for JSN last week too? Trade Lamb and Judkins for JSN. He has JT, Woody Marks, RJ Harvey, and Tootin, Lamb, London, Odunze, and Diggs. I would rather try to trade London than Lamb, considering London's hurt. But I mean, you are getting an upgrade. JSN is, as much as I don't want to say it, is that right now arguably the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver, and Lamb is sharing a lot of the spotlight with Pickens. So you still have Jonathan Taylor, Woody Marks, RJ Harvey, and Basil Tootin. So yes, I would absolutely do it.
I agree 100%. Okay, Casey, we did this last week. Let's do it this week. Who's your number 1 fantasy person that's going to get you the most points? Who's going to have the most points this week, fantasy-wise?
I think the obvious play is Josh Allen.
Okay.
Going into Pittsburgh. But I feel like this will be a Thursday night primetime Thanksgiving vintage King Henry game.
I think he'll tear it up against the Bengals. I think 2 touchdowns, at least 100 yards, 100%.
Yeah, I think 140 yards and 2 touchdowns for King Henry.
I'm going to bounce back with Gibbs again in prime time.
Oh, yeah.
Against Green Bay. They can't stop this guy. No one can. I mean, he's that good.
He's pretty impressive.
And Green Bay's defense has been up and down. It's in Detroit. We're on that AstroTurf. It goes fast. So I like Gibbs. You like Henry. I think we'll both have big games. Casey, that's our show for this week. We're not doing a show Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. I know you're busy making turkey, stuffing, and whatever else you do at your house. I'm the same. We're having a lot of people over, so I got to get ready. But thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always email us, and we'll email you back. I'm Ross the Boss. That's Casey Vladimir Scheinfeld, and that's our show for today. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy